Plaintiff April Rogers says she met the defendant when she was younger, and years later they reconnected and eventually got married. April claims the marriage only lasted a year because the defendant was jealous and insecure, and she's suing him today for unpaid rent. Defendant Keith Rogers says when he married April, he knew she was a stripper, but he had no idea she'd been arrested for prostitution. Keith is countersuing for half of a security deposit.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I really love you. I watch your show all the time, and I think your wife is very beautiful.
Love me or you love the show?
You, your show,
Okay, thank
your wife,
you.
everybody.
I appreciate
Okay,
that.
so
I know it's platonic. I had a guy who told me that just last night. Thank you. No, he did. He said, man, I love you. You helped change my life. I was in prison for 7 years, and when I love you, I love you. So you're all right saying
Alrighty.
that. Wife not gonna get mad. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I've been knowing Keith since like grade school. We reconnected in 2009. We got married in 2010. We really quickly divorced because of the problems, insecurities that he has.
How long after?
About a year. A year later, we divorced.
6 months.
6 months.
Well, it was
6
finalized
months,
a year later.
Go ahead.
From the insecurities that he has.
Like what?
He doesn't like me dressing certain ways. Doesn't like me going out, hanging out with my family. He thinks that I want attention.
Hanging out with
from
your
everybody.
family. That's what they call them now. Family.
No, I hang out with my sisters all the time. Like, that's the only
Well, I got
friends
the
I have.
security ways with you though.
And that's the only friends I have is my sisters.
That was the primary problem in the marriage?
No, that probably wasn't the primary problem. Like, he just doesn't like my whole lifestyle. I think it's my whole lifestyle he doesn't like.
How long did you all date?
And she's correct,
year.
Your Honor.
A year, and he didn't know of your lifestyle? He couldn't learn of your lifestyle
I
in
guess he
1
didn't.
year?
I guess he didn't.
So you hid certain things within that year?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't hide things.
Well, why didn't he know?
No, like some of the past stuff, some of the past things that happened to me when I
You
was
didn't say that. You
younger.
said my lifestyle.
My
That's a
past
big
lifestyle.
difference from my past.
My past lifestyle.
He didn't, all right, so he didn't know about your
But
past.
I do like to dress very sexy. I won't say
Provocative.
provocative. I won't say provocative, but I do.
Provocative.
This is how I dress, so it's not provocative.
Provocative.
This is how I dress, so it's not provocative.
Judge probably looking
So
at him
he
now.
don't even
See, I'm looking already.
please. He want a woman
Go
that
ahead.
he want a woman to wear whatever. He want a woman to wear basketball shorts and wear hair back in ponytails every day.
2
That's not
inches
me.
below the knee.
That's not me. Not at
Presentable,
all.
very
I'm very
ladylike.
presentable. I'm
That's the
very,
type of
very.
Particularly as your
like-
wife, huh?
Yeah, you know, it was.
Go ahead,
we'll
let
get
me
into
hear some background from you.
Well, she's correct. We've been knowing each other since elementary, and you know, I like the background where she came from, and I wanted that. But you know, she was a stripper, so you know, once you slide down that pole, you know, you'll do something else for some change.
That's not true. I'm saying, but
You'll do something else for some change, and that's
some will, but not all exotic dancers.
most. And
How you know? You must have been doing a lot of
Yeah,
tricking.
that-
How
No,
do you
I
know
don't-
that
no, I
most exotic dancers will have sex for money?
well, I don't like to pay to get teased, so that's basically what they do.
That's you. That's why I say
No,
you've done a lot of tricking.
No, that's
So
just
how do you know
that's how the
most?
game. That's how the game goes. We're not naive to this. Ain't this how your show come on? We're not naive to the game. We're not naive to this.
I'm sorry.
but that's-
I'm sorry. I
that's-
am naive to tricking.
That's-
I ain't no trick, and I never been a trick. So because you exchange money with prostitutes, and I never have, don't say I'm naive to the game. Say I got the game and gone with it.
No, I
and didn't
said-
have to
no.
do no tricking.
No.
to get
I
no
didn't-
money.
I didn't say that you
Don't put me
did.
in your category.
I didn't say that. But anyway, that was my main issue with
All right,
April.
now I understand that. She has a charge of prostitution.
That was my main issue with April, and
Okay.
to me, she do dress provocative, and she's vindictive. She's very tempered. You know, she'll get mad over the least little thing. She'll cuss me out.
For real?
I could-
For real though. For
Ma'am,
real.
is this part of the lifestyle you're saying he didn't
No,
know?
that was
Oh, he knew
that
this.
happened when I was 19 or
I know.
19 years
He
old.
didn't
I am
know it, though.
33. He didn't know about that. No, he
That's
didn't.
what I'm
no,
saying.
I didn't
okay.
tell him about that.
All right, he knew you were an exotic dancer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Before he married you?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you know, you
Okay.
can overlook that. You know, that's
So it
really
was
not
this
much.
that you had a problem with?
Yes, which
But this
led into
occurred
the
in 01.
divorce. Which led into the divorce.
What she did in 01?
Basically, yes, her character, but it's
In 01?
yes. Yes.
Okay. Because you
Yes.
knew she was a stripper when you married her.
Yes.
The only thing you didn't know is that she had been convicted of prostitution in 01,
Right.
in her early life.
Right.
All right, so I hope you wouldn't hold stuff against me for my early life, because I wasn't doing no prostituting or anything like that, but I did a lot, I flipped the script on that part, if you know what I mean. Nonetheless, let's get to the lease you're suing her for, ma'am. Are you suing her for the time you all were married? Because that
No,
should have
we got divorced, and then we got back together, and then we went into this lease.
All right, when did you all divorce
October.
and get back together?
We divorced in August of 2011,
And when did you get back?
October of 2012.
You know, because I value marriage, and you know, I wanted to.
You value
no,
marriage?
funny. I'm
You
glad
value
you know
marriage?
that.
After a
What
year, you
happened?
divorced me. You value
I wanted
marriage,
to-
though.
Quiet, man.
I just wanted to give it another shot. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? You know, everybody deserves a second chance. So that's what I did.
Okay.
Things didn't work out. After we moved into this house, things started to go downhill.
Like what?
She's vindictive, and at my previous address, I used to put her out and stuff like that because she used to hang out all night, and which I didn't like.
But that was before you got back together.
After we got back together.
After you got back together, she started hanging out a lot.
But she been hanging out. You know, she never stopped.
Right, so why
So-
you move her back in then? You didn't know she hadn't stopped?
Well, you know, time changes everything. So I was hoping
Hoping
that
she changed.
Yeah, I was hoping she changed.
Okay.
So after we moved in this apartment, to this house, she started to tell me I could get out. This was within a week. We not naive to this. Ain't that how your show come on? We not naive to the game. We not naive to this.
I'm sorry.
but that's-
I'm sorry. I am naive to tricking.
Plaintiff April Rogers is suing her ex-husband, who claims he knew April was a stripper when he married her, but he had no idea she'd been arrested for prostitution.
What do you say happened on the second time around when you all
Your
lived
Honor,
together?
I do not go out all the time. I go out once a month with my sisters. And for him to say anything about that is really ridiculous because this guy is a drunk. He drinks every day. So for him to say anything about me going out is
So what happened
unreal.
then? What did happen during the second go round, the second time around?
So the-
What were you all arguing about?
Stupid stuff.
we were just arguing about dumb stuff, just little stuff like leaving dishes in the dish drain, little dumb stuff. But it wasn't. It went too far when he sent me text messages calling me a hoe and who I'm hanging out with, I shouldn't be hanging out with. So that's when
Well,
everything.
that was part of the problem, like you say then. You say it was about dishes
No, this is
and all
something that
that, and
happened in the
he let
past,
you know
too.
what it was
This
about
also
on that
was something
text.
that happened in the past that didn't even really happen that I told
I
him
understand
myself.
that, but as you just said, part of the new problem was him having issues with either what you were doing then or what you used to do. It wasn't about dishes. That's my point. It was about what he said he believed it was about. So, how did you all end up moving, causing him to owe for the balance of the lease?
I was at work on a night and he sent me a text message with our bedroom empty,
Saying what?
saying this is what you wanted.
She dramatic.
And how did you respond?
I didn't respond. I left work. I actually had talked to my supervisor. I left work. And when I came home, I seen stuff was moved out. Knowing that what type of person he is, he moved right back into the apartment that we just moved out of. So I went over there and I waited for him to come out till he went to work.
To cause more trouble.
How I
Why?
tried
And
to
so what did happen?
I asked him why he moved out. And he said, this is what you wanted.
Okay.
And I was like, how is this what I wanted when I just
Okay,
asked
so
you this you want
you
counsel?
all discussed the lease.
Yes, I told him, well, you need to pay me some money since you just moved
What
out.
did he say?
He's like, no, you make enough money to pay for that lease by yourself.
All right, and that's why you're suing him for his share.
Right.
All right, good enough, sir.
I don't owe her because I was threatened to move out. She told me to move out. I don't have that text message, but she texted me saying, now that you got your income tax, you can go on and move out. So I say probably about a week later, she was persistent with it. Get out, get out, get out, get out. She even threatened me. She was like, by the time I get through, you're gonna wish you would have moved out.
What do you have? I see you have some paperwork. What is that?
I believe I showed you enough of her background
all
record.
you showed me is her conviction from 2001.
Right.
I don't believe that her character is still the same. So
Well,
What's that,
I'm
my
not going to
record?
give much credence to that.
I can
Well, it
pull up your
does.
record too.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, ma'am. You do tell him in October of 13 to get out.
That's untrue. That's all that is untrue. We just moved in October of 13.
Well, it's on record.
How long record on what?
Moved
right there.
in,
He
but
took it
sir,
out.
you didn't get out until February 14. So you must have had a lot of stuff to move. If she told you to get out in October and you said, that's the reason I left, Your Honor, she told me to get out. But yet you didn't complete your leave until February.
That's when it started. That's when it started. I overlooked that.
Okay.
But she would tell me to get out at least once a week
Honor, he is-
or
This
twice
is
a
the
week.
defendant. You say, because I'm tired of arguing with you over stupid, little, small, petty stuff. I thought things would be different. You would be nicer and would have my back and support me. This is her saying this to you. Then she says, supporting me, meaning don't tell me not to bring my funny acting A back to my house. So this is all in October, but you all didn't split up until February. And basically all I'm hearing is it was mutual arguments over petty things and you just couldn't get along and stay together anymore. Your counterclaim for a security deposit, $375, is for what?
Half of the security deposit.
All right. Ma'am, did you receive anything back from the security deposit?
I still live there.
Okay, good enough. And sir, you don't get the money back until after she leaves and it's in the same condition that it was when you all moved in. So I'm not granting you that. And with regard to the remainder of the lease, it appears that you all separated because you couldn't get along. Both of you acknowledged that you couldn't get along. So I'm not going to have him carry the burden for you all's mutual problem. So therefore, I'm going to give you half of what you're asking for. So you pay half for your inability to get along after moving in with each other a year after you got divorced. $1,400 is your judgment. Have a good day. Your counterclaim is dismissed.
I don't have nothing to say to him. I'm good.
Likewise, I don't have nothing to say to her either.
He gonna go about his life, I'm gonna go about mine.
I just want her to leave me alone.